when your own family looks at you like you don't belong. I never chose to grow up fast. Life didn't give me time to figure it out. It just pushed me into things I wasn't ready for. A father everyone feared, treated weak, expected to be strong. Working at the age of 13. For years, I thought I was broken, but now I realize I was just surviving. I didn't have a normal kind of childhood, not the one people talk about with nostalgia. Mine felt like responsibility, pressure, and fear. You see, growing up with a father everyone feared teaches you a lot, but none of it felt like love. I learned to stay quiet, to read the room before I walked in, to avoid mistakes because mistakes meant consequences. At 13, my friends were playing. I was working. Not because I wanted to, but more so that life never gave me a choice. It was either surviving or surviving. People think growing up fast makes you strong. Fuck, it's exhausting. There's something painful about trying to be a man while the people around you treat you like nothing. I was expected to act older, stronger, harder, but the second I showed emotion, I was called weak, soft, a disappointment. That kind of contradiction destroys a kid's confidence. There were days where I felt invisible, days where I had to push through moments no kid deserves to go through. But I learned something in those darkest moments. You become your own rescue. Not because you want to, because you don't have a choice. You are your own backup plan. The hardest part, feeling like an outcast in your own home when your own family looks at you like you don't belong. You kind of start believing it. You learn to eat alone, to heal alone, as a matter of fact, to cry alone. But loneliness becomes your teacher, and pain becomes your discipline. People wonder why I'm so quiet, why I don't trust easily, why loyalty means so much to me. It's because trust I had to build myself. Nobody protected me, nobody guided me. What I learned today, I learned myself. I had no choice but to learn it myself. No father figure to guide, mother raising 9 kids. Kind of makes you think, no wonder you felt like an outcast. A mother having to raise 9 kids on her own. Makes sense why you have abandonment issues. Why feeling alone is normal for you. What we now normalize. What I know today, I learned through pain. That's how I learned it. Pain. A lot of it. As a matter of fact, too much of it. I'm kind of gut full now of pain. I have zero fucks left. Or the fucks that I do have left to give is just kept so that I still have a conscience. My parents said I wouldn't finish high school. I remember their conversation like it was yesterday. Said that I wouldn't become something, I wouldn't finish high school. How am I going to go to university? How am I going to study? How am I going to make a life? I'm going to be the fuck up of the family. He's too dumb. He can't finish high school. No, your grades are too bad. You can't get in the university. Okay, I will go to a college. I'll put myself through college. I will study something. I will make a name for myself. But you become so accustomed to their negative thoughts that it infiltrates the way you think, and then you start to think that that is your reality. Nah, Becky. Just because someone has an expectation of what life you need to live in their eyes doesn't mean that that's your reality. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I didn't grow up the way I was supposed to. Fuck. I grew up the way I had to. And if you're watching this and life forced you to grow up too fast, I want you to know something. Nah, you are not broken. You just survived what others never had to face. Your strength is not accidental. You earned it.